Good morning, everybody. You find Nita and I on the road this morning. We're coming back from a short vacation. That's my lovely granddaughter there back behind me. She's hungry after eating breakfast an hour ago. Wave to everybody, Lila. She's a little pig this weekend, aren't you? Yep, you're eating Oreos. We're just coming back from a little vacation, celebrating her graduating kindergarten.
I'm in first.
Yep, you're in first grade now.
Yeah.
Yep, you're a big girl. Got a couple topics today. I wanted to see if I could tie them together. Don't know if I can, but I'm going to give it a shot. First of all, one of the things that really annoys me is people saying that God will never give us more than we can handle. I don't know about you, but I've never seen in the Bible where it says anywhere that God's not going to give us more than we can handle. In fact, the whole book, God gives people more than they can handle. You look at Moses. He was given more than he could handle. Moses.
On Job.
We'll go to Moses first. Had his back up against, or first of all, he had to go to Pharaoh, had a stuttering condition. God told him, go set my people free. If you ask me, that's kind of a big, tall order for a guy that has a stuttering condition to go up for a world leader or an area leader like that with a stuttering condition and demand to set all the slaves free. That's kind of more than he could handle, even though Aaron went with him and then had to lead him away. Gets up to the Red Sea, has his back against the wall. Pharaoh's army's coming right at him, wants to take all the slaves back to Egypt. And what's Moses supposed to do? That's kind of more than he can handle. But God tells him, raise your staff up and I'll part the Red Sea. And he raises his staff up. Aaron helps him hold it up. Red Sea parts. The Israelites go through. Problem solved. Anita brought up Job. Kind of was told by God.
His whole family died.
That he was put through the test. Whole family died. That was a whole lot more than any of us could handle, but he did it. One of my favorite ones was Ezekiel. I don't know if a lot of people of you guys know this, but in Ezekiel, I believe it's chapter 4, God told Ezekiel that he had to help pay for the sins of his people, and told him basically, you need to lay on your side for 390 days. Look it up. It totally blew my mind that this happened. But, you know, I like a good nap. James likes a good nap. But 390 days laying on your side to cover the people's sins? You know I like a good nap.
Yeah.
But 390 days? That kind of set a Guinness Book World Records. And talk about some bed sores. And he told him he had to lay on the one side. There's no flipping over, folks. That's more than a person can handle. That's a year nap. Talk about Rip Van Winkle. Give me a break. And then when it was done, God told him to roll over and do another 40 days. on the other side. Unbelievable. That's more than he can handle. And then we get to Abraham. He told at age of 100, you're going to have a kid. I mean, I'm 64. We had this little rugrat for 3 days back here. That was a handful. I couldn't imagine having a newborn at age 100. Little Lila back here wore me out 3 days. And she's only 6. So I don't ever want to hear God's not going to give you more than you can handle. God's going to give you more than you can handle. Another one, the Levite priests. 4 of them, count them, 4. They were told they've got to carry this box made of acacia wood around. This box had 2 solid gold angels on top. This box was covered in solid gold. This box had 2 poles on it, were made of solid gold. Estimate of this box weighed anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 pounds.
Well, you can get some.
From what I've read, the average height of a normal person back in these times was probably about 5 foot. So, number one, either these Levite priests were superhuman bodybuilders who were really buff, or God did something supernatural here, because that's something more than these 4 guys could handle. My thought is God did something supernatural here, because we're not meant to carry, 4 guys are not meant to carry 4,000 pounds or 3,000 pounds. So I'm kind of guessing that God did something supernatural and he took that weight off, which kind of brings something up where I'm headed with the next part of this. We're not meant to carry that kind of weight around with us. God takes the weight away from us. Our burdens, our dreams, the weight of our heartache, our disappointments. God takes that away from us so we don't have to carry those weights with us. And a lot of times in the Psalms, David compared us to sheep. I know I'm going in different directions here, but David compared us to sheep. And what do sheep do? What's the purpose of a sheep? A sheep is not a pack animal. It's not a load-bearing animal. And to me, maybe David compared us to sheep because we're not supposed to be load-bearing animals. I know when I was younger and I heard that we were compared to sheep, it's like, I don't want to be a sheep. Sheep aren't cool animals. They just stand around and eat grass and wear heavy coats. But I want to be something cool like a tiger or a lion or a bear. Something that goes roar. I'm not a sheep that walks around and eats grass and wears a heavy coat. I want to be cool. But no, God and David describe us as sheep. The Lord is our shepherd. And like I said, we're not supposed to be load-bearing animals. We're not supposed to carry those weights. God takes those weights away. And why is that? Why does he wants us to depend on him. He doesn't want us to carry those weights. He wants us to be dependent on him. Which brings me to another point. How many times have we disappointed God? How many times have we been disappointed? How many times have people disappointed us? I know I've been disappointed by a lot of people. How about you, Anita?
Yeah.
People disappoint us all the time. And we disappoint God all the time. Lila, did you disappoint Mommy and Daddy last week? Huh? Yes, you did. You disappointed them when you cut your hair, didn't you? Huh? You don't want to talk about that, do you? No, you don't want to. But we disappoint God all the time. But could we really disappoint God? Think about it. Can we disappoint God? God knows us. I know Anita talked a couple weeks ago about when she went to the hospital to see her brother. She disappointed herself. But did she disappoint God? We discussed this. She didn't disappoint God. God knew the circumstances behind that whole situation. God knew she wasn't going to be able to see her brother. So, in my opinion, be as humble and honest as it is, we can't disappoint God because God knows the whole story. He knows the situation. He knows, as new Christians, we're going to say, oh, I'm going to start out, I'm going to read the Bible an hour today. And I'm going to read the Bible an hour tomorrow. I'm going to read the Bible an hour every day. And something comes up and we said we can't read the Bible 5 minutes. Oh, I'll read it twice as long tomorrow. And tomorrow comes and we don't read it. Do you think God's really disappointed in us? I don't think so, because He knows we weren't going to do it anyway. I mean, He might give himself a face palm. There might be some sadness there, a little sigh, but I don't think He's disappointed in us because He knew all along it wasn't going to happen. He knows our hearts. He knows our minds. He knows the future. He knows our past. He knows what we're going to do. So I don't think He's disappointed. He wishes we would have done it. He knows the situation. But I don't think deep down He is disappointed in us. He's proud of us. He's proud to call us His children. He's proud of us as children of His. And we should be proud to be called children of God. And at no time do I think He's disappointed in us. So, next time you think you've let your Father down, just pick your head up, raise your arms up to Him, and say, God, I love you. And I'm sorry. And I know I haven't disappointed you, but I feel like I've let you down. But He knows your heart. He knows you're still there with Him, and He knows you are there for Him, to be with Him. Just love Him, just like He loves you. So, think about that for a while. Give it some thought. As much as we think we're disappointing Him, we're not. We aren't disappointing Him, we're disappointing ourselves. We're not letting Him down, we're letting ourselves down. We're breaking that promise to ourselves, not to Him, because He knows we weren't going to do it in the first place. He just wishes we would have followed through, but He's not disappointed in us. So, give that some thought, and we'll see you again next week. We're going to finish our vacation up, and hopefully next week I can start on the 23rd Psalms with you. Until then, we'll talk to you later. Oh, and by the way, say a prayer for James. James had to cut his trip to Ohio short. He messaged me yesterday. He spent 7 hours in the ER with a kidney infection. So, say a prayer for James. And say a little prayer for little garbage disposal back here. She's just gone through 2 snacks in 15 minutes. So, we love you, and we're glad we get to spend time with you. And we'll see you again next week. God bless, and we're out of here.